welcome back to Coin Explorer. You've probably held this coin before. A regular brownish penny. Looks old, worn, not even worth more than its 1 cent. Tossed in jars, forgotten in drawers, buried in pockets. But imagine this. A nearly identical penny once sold for $695,000. Yes, 1 cent. Sold for more than the price of a luxury home. It wasn't gold, wasn't silver, and it wasn't even rare looking at first glance. It was a 1961 Lincoln penny, the kind you might ignore. But beneath its simple copper surface, there was something hidden, something most people missed, until it went to auction and stunned everyone. That's the coin we're diving into today, and once you understand why it reached such an insane price, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. Stay with this story, because what you're about to discover might just have you checking your own coins tonight. And if you click away, you might miss the single most valuable clue. In 1961, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents, nothing unusual on the surface. The front of the coin, also called the obverse, shows Abraham Lincoln's profile, just like every penny since 1909. The reverse side, a detailed engraving of the Lincoln Memorial, introduced just 2 years earlier. By all accounts, it was business as usual. But somewhere, amid that ocean of coins, a few struck differently. A few were created with unintentional errors, imperfections invisible to untrained eyes, but highly prized by collectors. What makes 1961 special isn't how many coins were made, it's that one of them, through a perfect storm of minting mistake and preservation, became one of the most shocking auction stories in American coin history. Keep watching, because what went wrong during minting made everything go right for the collector who found it. This paragraph is just the surface. The real secret lies in the next one. Most people assume old coins equal valuable coins, but collectors know better. Age means nothing if the coin is common, damaged, or unremarkable. The real drivers of value are rarity, heiress, and condition. Think of it like this. 2 identical-looking pennies, both from 1961. One is worth 1 cent, the other $695,000. Why? Because the valuable one had a specific minting flaw. It was preserved untouched, never circulated, never scratched. Its surface was sharp, edges crisp, and most importantly, it was graded as mint state by professionals. That single grading decision elevated the coin into a different world of value. If you're wondering what that flaw was, the part that caused this penny's explosion in price, we're getting there. And once you see it, you'll realize how tiny details create massive differences. So don't blink now, because the next part reveals what made this coin explode in value. Picture this. A small coin mounted in a sealed case, lights shining down, a room full of elite collectors and dealers. The bidding starts, it's already in the 5-figure range. One hand goes up. Then another. The auctioneer doesn't pause. The price climbs, $100,000, then $300,000. People gasp as it hits $500,000. And then the hammer falls. Final bid, $695,000. For a penny. Not a painting, not a diamond. A penny. What made it worth that much? It had everything collectors dream of: historical relevance, flawless preservation, and one ultra-rare error, the kind seen only once in a generation. This wasn't hype. It was backed by years of numismatic history and professional grading. This sale wasn't an accident. It was a moment of recognition, a moment that turned an ordinary object into a legendary artifact. And if you're still watching, you're about to learn the exact flaw that made this all happen. This is where things get technical and fascinating. The 1961 penny that hit nearly $700K wasn't just shiny, it had a double die reverse error. What's that? It means during minting, the coin was struck twice, but the second strike wasn't perfectly aligned. The result? Some letters appeared doubled. If you looked closely at United States of America or 1 cent, you'd see a shadowed outline, slightly offset. Most people wouldn't notice, but collectors instantly recognize it. These double die errors are incredibly rare, especially from the 1960s. They only occur when the dies used to stamp the coin shift by the slightest fraction of a millimeter. And in the world of coin collecting, that fraction is everything. Combine that with untouched condition, you've got a jackpot. no scratches, no discoloration, a flawless error. That's the combination that made this coin explode in value. And maybe, just maybe, one like it still exists somewhere. Let's talk about coin grading because it can be the difference between spare change and six figures. Every valuable coin is graded by professionals. They don't guess. They examine the coin under intense magnification, checking the surface, shine, edges, and strike. Then they assign a number between 1 and 70. A grade over 65, that's rare. The 1961 penny that hit nearly 700K was graded as MS67, mint state, meaning near perfect. That grade alone can add tens of thousands in value. Without it, the coin might never have been noticed. Think of grading like an X-ray. It reveals everything a regular eye can't see, every blemish, every brilliance, every flaw or perfection. If you ever find a strange or shiny penny, don't clean it. Not with water, not with a cloth, not even a soft brush. Cleaning damages the natural surface and instantly kills its collector value. Instead, place it in a soft holder or coin capsule, store it away from heat, light, and humidity. Then, contact a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Send it in for evaluation. Yes, even if you're not sure. Why? Because treasure doesn't always announce itself. Some of the world's most valuable coins looked completely ordinary until they were professionally graded. So treat every find with care. You don't need to be a millionaire to discover value. You just need to pay attention. And sometimes, value comes in the size of a penny. Quiet, small, but life-changing. This was just a penny, a single coin from 1961, something most people wouldn't glance at twice, but it made history. Not because it looked fancy, but because it was real, rare, and preserved. It sold for $695,000, turning heads across the globe. And behind that sale, a perfect storm, a double die error, a flawless condition, and the eyes of a collector who didn't miss the detail. What does that mean for you? It means you never know what might be sitting inches from your fingertips. It means value isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent, waiting to be discovered. And it means that the most ordinary things can hide the most extraordinary stories. You've just heard one of them. And maybe, just maybe, your story is next. Because in the world of coins, 1 cent can change everything. And that's the story of the 1961 1 cent. A small piece of copper that made a big impact. Keep your eyes open. You never know what's hiding in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story.